Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei Extras. Today we're going to be talking about a couple of things, one of which is Block Wars, because it happened last weekend, and it was actually a pretty big success. I have a few little updates to mention, and also I just wanted to make a video. So we're just gonna go over some random things, mainly talking about Block Wars. First of all, I saw this on the MCC Reddit. Just wanted to mention it. Someone said, we might be getting the Spanish streamers at MCC after all. Maybe, if the Spanish streamers know that Scott's the host of MCC, you gotta keep in mind, it's a two-way deal in this situation. I still would love to see them join MCC. It'd be really awesome. I also still want to do a Spanish team for Block Wars, and if Block Wars just does it before MCC, that would be pretty poggers for for me. So, can you guys wait, Nox Crew and Scott? Thank you. Next up, a serious topic. Quiet has made a response video to the situation that happened with him. I don't want to go into detail. Watch the video yourself if you know about the situation, or regardless. It's a very serious video. I previously mentioned him because he was supposed to be in the last Block Wars event, but because he had like a thing going on, we had to remove him. I stand with Quiet. I stand with Quiet. So, next up, I know this is a bit off character to talk about serious things, but I felt like I should have mentioned it. Origins teams have come out for Block Wars this weekend, before MCC. Before MCC, the upcoming weekend, Block Wars Origins will take place. There's some silly little teams. Teammates, I hate the name, but it's cool. Team Juice, Team Soup, Team Frog, Team Drown, Team Clues, Team Goat, and Team Pixel. My favorite team is the pink team because it is the most different. If you want to take a look at the teams in more detail, go to the Block Wars Twitter account. It is at Block Wars event. We're somewhat nearing up on 10k followers. I know that I won't be able to get there, but we can try. Alright, and there was no dropouts yesterday in Block Wars, which I think might be a first. Well, there wasn't any subs after the teams got announced, which it might be a first. I think it is. So that's good. We had 3 subs before the teams got announced, which was Quite, who got subbed out for Gold, Zam, who got subbed out for Akko, and then Callum, CPK, subbed out for Fulham. Overall, now it's spoiler time, so if you haven't watched Block Wars yet and want to watch it, don't want to get spoiled, this is your notice to click off. I will now be going into the actual event. Blue team versus teal was the finals, which is pretty much what I expected, and I think a lot of people expected. That is very loud. Okay. I think for the most part it was fine team balancing wise. Blue was just something out of our control. For example, Camman placed 7th individually, which we didn't really have much to go off of. Thanks for whoever followed me on Twitch during the recording. I don't know if you could hear that, but so Camman way outperformed our expectations. That's totally fine. Purple team did a bit worse. However, in retrospect, I totally understand why. It's just something that we couldn't really control because several factors came into play after the teams got made. For example, JoJo mentioned she isn't trying as hard in events anymore, which is, totally fine. Wasn't taken into account when we were making the teams, because I'm pretty sure that wasn't public info yet. Tubbo was on a laptop in the United States, which we didn't know at the time. And then Fulham subbing in for Callum, we wouldn't have known at the time. So it's kind of out of our control, but still, that's unfortunate. Next time they'll probably get better teams because their scores or averages are taken into account for balancing, and they're lower now. So, you know, it's a lose-win situation. Yeah, blue team was just a bit good. I think for mid Mystic, I think we were going off of other event experience, and I think she didn't do as well in other events like Dot Wave or EV&T events. I'm not sure exactly. So that was just a little silly. Here's the entire scoreboard. Blue team had 4 top halves, 4 top 15 players. Pangy also did better than we expected. I'm pretty sure Pangy didn't even do that well on his first team. Yeah, so this team did better by quite a significant margin. But also, I mean, this season was a bit weaker. Also, the only 2-time winners in Block Wars are Lifesteal members, being Pangy, Parker, and Radoons. So, are they going to get nerfed? Probably. But, I mean, we'll see, I guess. For the rest, I mean, it mostly went pretty well. Let me get the team leaderboard up. I did pretty bad, but I expected to do pretty bad. I did worse than I initially expected, but I still expected to not do too well. Overall, it was relatively close between the teams. The top 3 was really close. A lot of the teams throughout the event were actually in contention for Bridges, which is the final game. Just Purple, unfortunately, couldn't really do much because the team wasn't really that fair. So yeah, point balancing seemed to be pretty good for the most part. The gameplay changes seemed to be somewhat well received. Some parts were well received, some parts weren't. It's about what we expected would happen, which was the new party, the new fire feat, which was like the Fall Guys type thing. It wasn't great, but whatever. Well, it'll probably be changed for next season, so don't worry. I'm very glad to hear that Extraction was well received. That was actually my bit of involvement. Well, I had more involvement in this season for changes, but that was the main thing. Me and Misty, I should say, were involved for that. Very glad to see that was well received. So yeah, overall, I'd say this was a pretty good Block Wars event, and I'm also very excited to see what MCC will look like. Wednesday they'll release the games. I will do my predictions then, probably on Wednesday. I'm going to the gym in like an hour, so and Wednesday's my rest day, so I should be able to stream it. So you know, stay tuned for that. I might stream today as well. Who knows? Also, I just released the Block Wars 4 VOD, so for those of you who have not watched Block Wars and want to see what's up, it is up there on this channel. Alright, thank you all for watching. I will see you all probably pretty soon. Goodbye, goodbye.